Today I'm going to turn these fresh herbs into some dry herbs using a slow cooker or crock pot. If you've got a dehydrating mechanism of some sort, that would be better, but here we are. It is Thanksgiving Day. I'm harvesting the hardier herbs that we've got available still in the herb garden. That would be the rosemary, the thyme, and the oregano are still popping off here in Tennessee in November. So I'm going to harvest some of those. My goal is to make a nice dry herb blend that I'm going to use to make a rub for Christmas gifts for some friends of mine. So first I'm going to rinse off these herbs, get them nice and clean in some cold water. Then I'm going to towel dry them, get them as dry as I can with the towels. Now I'm going to take my crock pot and I'm using just the lid pieces from some mason jars to get some elevation off the bottom. I don't want the herbs sitting right on the ceramic if I can help it. So I'm going to lightly set those herbs in on top. I've seen people use like wads of tin foil and stuff, but this seems to be working fine. The important thing is not to pack these in. You want air circulation all the way around. And frankly, I didn't know if this was going to work. This is my first time using a crock pot to dry herbs. It is a little bit of a hotter mechanism than a regular herb drying mechanism. I use some chopsticks to keep the herbs fluffed out and to keep the lid from being totally closed. You want some airflow and you want it open. And I put it on low and just waited for 2 hours to see what was going to happen. Yes, okay, they are crunchy and crispy after 2 hours. Fabulous. This is exactly what I was hoping for. Okay, it worked. Success. So now I'm going to go ahead and measure out how much of each herb I've got after crumbling it off of the stem. I've got a little drug scale here that I use for that. I'm going to measure out my rosemary, my thyme, my oregano, each individually, and I'm going to write down on the bag that I store them in how much of each I've got. I'm going to add a few more ingredients into my rub, so I want to make sure I keep track of how much I've got of each so that if it works out the way I want it to, I can replicate the recipe. So here it is. Success, drying herbs in a crock pot.